just getting ready for the gym.
Oh, fantastic. Let me check. How do you oh, here, YouTube, open link. I just want to make sure that the audio is good. Yeah, it's good. It's fantastic. Yes, Mr. JJ. So, how's work?
It's good. Just starting my day.
Wait, you just started your day, so you are like, wait, let me guess where that would be.
Okay.
Let me think. If you just started your
I think
day.
I've said it before on stream.
Yeah, but I have no idea. I have to figure it out from the time zone. So like I know Thailand now is 4 a.m. So the sun rises in the east. So if Thailand is now 4 a.m., then it has to be like Singapore, China, Japan,
Oh,
Australia.
you were kind of close. Yeah, Australia.
Oh, I can hear your accent now. Fine.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
yeah.
everything makes sense. So you're in like in Sydney?
Yes, sir.
Wow. I've never been to Australia. So
Uh,
wait, so you're a programmer.
um, a little bit. I dabble in like technical stuff.
Oh, but you
Yeah,
graduated in like engineering, software engineering?
yeah. I have a IT degree.
That's what they call it, IT?
Yeah. Oh well, like you can have a computer science degree, which is like a lot more programming oriented.
Mm-hmm.
Um, my degree, I just did like a little bit of programming.
I see.
Yeah.
In the background, I'm posting my new Discord server so that everyone has it. So so you had one lecture on network programming.
Yeah.
Did you play with it? Did you actually write some code?
A little bit, but like when you don't do it, you kind of lose it.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, you kind of forget.
So do you want to debate something?
What do you want to debate about?
My go-to is veganism. That's either
I'm not a
vegan.
vegan.
You're not a vegan. I'm anti-environmentalist. I'm a global warming denier. I'm a COVID denier. Um, I don't believe we had a recession in 2008. I don't believe we had a Great Depression in the 1930s.
Wait,
Eh,
you don't believe there was a Great Depression?
yeah, correct. Wait, what you heard now is my owner just texted me. LOL. I love it when she texts me. It's the best part of my life. Um so yeah, I don't believe I mean when you go through the actual metrics, there was no Great Depression. In other I mean I can explain. Um so would you say COVID was a depression, was a recession?
Um, I would definitely say it had an economic impact. Would you agree with that?
Of course. But what
Okay.
do you mean wait, no, before I agree. So what do you mean it? When you say it, what had an economic impact? The virus?
I guess whether you believe COVID or not, it had a impact on the economy.
What had? The virus or something else?
The reaction.
Right. Whose reaction? What do you mean by reaction?
I'll say primarily the government.
Yes, I completely agree. Yes, primarily the governments all over the world reacted to what did they react? What do you think they reacted to?
Well, that's the difference. I think you believe that COVID doesn't exist, like the virus doesn't exist, right?
Correct.
Right. And I guess
So
I disagree with that.
yeah, we can come back to that exactly what I agree, what I think or don't think about the actual virus. The actual molecular mechanism. But fine, all right. So governments all over the world basically decided to shut down their economies. That was
Correct.
COVID, right? So when you look at the Great Depression and at the recession of 2008 and COVID, when you look at all the economic measurements, the metrics, you cannot distinguish them. You cannot distinguish between COVID, the recession of 2008, and the Great Depression. They all look the same. Now, we know in COVID, the governments shut down the economies. And so we have an indication, we have our first bit of evidence that maybe in 2008, that's all that happened. Somehow, the government shut down the economy. And perhaps that's what happened in 1930. The government shut down the economy. They look identical. You cannot distinguish
Well,
between. Mhm.
my question to you is it's not just one government, right? Like here in Australia, the government also kind of did a lockdown.
Mhm.
And so if you believe that there is no virus, like what would be the incentive?
That's a good question. That's the discussion about COVID, but let's just
Or
to
you want to talk about the economic part?
no. I just we can talk about multiple threats simultaneously. I just want to, if we're going to suspend talking about the economic, my belief that there were never any economic downturns ever in the history of ever. The word economic downturn, that's like saying a unicorn. It never existed. There was never a unicorn, as far as we know, on this planet. There was never a horse with a horn. Never existed. I think a unicorn also
So
has
it's just
wings.
theoretical in your
It's it's
in
f-
your
it's
mind.
just it's fantasy. There was never a unicorn that lived on this planet, as far as we know. There was never an economic downturn on this planet, as far as I know. That's So there is no such thing as an economic downturn. It doesn't exist. All that there was ever. That's after my doing my research. So I mean, even before you want to take
Sorry,
it, yeah, no.
that was my alarm to wake up.
Oh, okay. So even before COVID, I realized because I mean, in 2010, I was sitting at home and thinking, what is this economic downturn? What's going on? I think it was 2010, maybe before that. And I started studying economics for the first time in my life. I never touched economics basically before that. So I started studying the recession, the Great Recession, and then I couldn't figure it out. Nothing made sense. Nothing made sense. I started listening to economists, and analysts, and nothing made any sense. Nothing made any sense. And no one agreed with anyone else. Everyone had their own theory. What exactly was happening? Anyway, so I started studying the Great Depression and other recessions, and I discovered libertarians and Austrian economic theory, and and Marxists, and I pretty much became a Marxist, like a communist, and but later on I grew out of that phase. I kept learning and studying, and I became a capitalist, and this is all before COVID. So before COVID, I already knew that there were never any economic downturns, that it was always governments that shut down the economy. In 2008, the governments shut down the economy, literally. And in the Great Depression, the government shut down the economy. It's not more complicated than that. And when it happened in COVID, so I thought I'd be vindicated, because I always claimed, anyone I spoke to, I said, no, there was never an economic downturn. It was just governments shutting down the economy. Nothing else ever happened. So I always said, so I thought maybe now that in COVID, you could see explicitly governments shutting down the economy, and it all looks the same from economic metrics point of view. All downturns look the same, including COVID. So I thought, oh, everybody will now know that there's no such thing as a downturn, economic downturn. They'll know that it's just government shutting down the economy, just like in COVID. But it's like people are blind to that fact, which I'm fine with. But I have just more evidence on my side. And people made predictions that now there's going to be a recession. When Biden stepped into office and the inflation started and the markets went down, people started predicting a recession. And I said, nope, there's not going to be a recession. As long as government will not shut down the economy, there will not be a recession. And I was correct. There's no recession. All the all the economic metrics point to the fact that there is no recession. And many economists are still predicting a recession. I keep predicting, nope, not going to happen. Because all recessions that I researched were just government shutting down the economy. So as long as the government is not going to shut down the economy, there's not going to be a recession. So, so that's that. So we can put
how would you define a recession?
A recession, I think it has a definition. A recession, I mean, when people say recession, they mean unemployment. I think that's like the main metric. Like, let's look it up. What is let's just say recession definition. Because, obviously we need to define a period of temporary economic decline during which trade and industrial activity are reduced, generally identified by a fall in GDP in 2 successive quarters. So, there's no exact definition. It's whatever. But like, I listened to Turd Flinging Monkey, who considers himself to be an economist, trained in economics and finances, and he also says, he predicted the real estate market will fall. I said, nope, not going to happen. And he predicted, he predicted stagflation, which I don't even know what he's referring to. There's no stag. There is inflation, yes, which we don't actually know what's causing it. But there's no stag. Where's the stag? The economy is doing well. What is the GDP? Let's look up GDP. What is the current GDP? Okay, Bureau of Economics, whatever. Bureau of Economic Analysis, Google. Q4 22 is 3%. 3% is nominal. 3% is pretty good. There's no problem. GDP is good. It's not zero, it's not negative, right? What's the definition they said? A period of temporary economic decline during reduced fall in GDP. Is there a fall in GDP? GDP, if you look at it, in Q4 of 21, it was 7%, but then in Q1, it was negative to 2%. There is, I
Wait, I
don't
have a
see.
question, Slave.
Yes, go ahead.
So you don't believe in economic downturn or recessions? Do you just believe that for the United States or across all countries, it's not possible to have a recession or economic downturn?
It's beyond countries. It's sewn into the fabric of the universe. It's that deep. Yeah, no less than that. Yes, it's absolutely is. It comes out of the rationality assumption, which is like the deepest thing you can, the deepest property of reality. It goes beyond this universe. This would be true in any universe that I can imagine. So the rationality theory always holds. The rationality assumption always holds. There's nothing deeper than that. And we can discuss that. But that is my ultimate belief, my ultimate assumption. From that, you get all of economics. That's not just mine. I mean, the rationality assumption is the basis of all of economics, of the modern science of economics. So once you assume rationality, you cannot have an economic downturn. It's impossible. It's
So
like,
where do you think this idea came from?
because like many things that don't exist, like unicorns, people believe in nonsense, and once a belief starts, it's like a virus. It infects other minds, and it takes over the world, and different ideas take over the world. Not just different, but multiple ideas that have nothing to do with reality take over the world and infect human minds. And that's it. And it's very different, like global warming, completely unrealistic, has nothing to do with this universe, cannot have anything to do with the universe. The fear of plastics, pollution doesn't exist, inequality doesn't exist, racism doesn't exist. Like we can go through.
Racism doesn't exist.
Does not exist. Cannot exist. It violates the rationality assumption.
What's the rationality assumption?
The rationality assumption is really very simple. It just says that all creatures are rational, including amoebas and you and me. And rational just means we try to benefit ourselves to the maximum. We try to maximize our benefit. We try to maximize our well-being. That's it. That's all it says. All creatures are rational, and rational just means maximize well-being, our own well-being. We look
Wait,
out.
so do you believe that Hitler did not hate the Jews? Since racism doesn't exist.
That's Hitler was Jewish. Hitler knew he's Jewish. Hitler's grandfather is Jewish. So Hitler knew he's Jewish. All of the Nazi party, They knew Hitler was Jewish. You read Mein Kampf. Hitler in Mein Kampf did not hate Jews. His hatred of Jews was, I believe, pure acting. When you read interviews, how he talks about the Jews, it's overacting. He's pretending. That's like someone pretending to hate Jews. That's how he speaks. Because he was Jewish, he knew he was Jewish, he had absolutely nothing against the Jews. That's what comes across in Mein Kampf. And suddenly, he's the most anti-Jewish person in the universe. He just picked it up. I think he discovered that he can unite. I guess he can have like this enemy and unite Germany behind this common cause. So he, like a lot of world leaders, I mean, a lot of anti-Semitism in history is driven by this force that just bad governments created this boogeyman called the Jews and just redirected the public's emotions towards the Jews, the boogeyman, because really it was the government that was doing a terrible job, but no government, no leader wants to admit that he's terrible, so he says it's the Jews. It's like Trump. I supported Trump, but Trump went berserk with China and COVID. He decided to blame China and COVID on all his failings. So a lot of leaders used the Jews just to unite the people against something. It's like in 1984, there's always a war between East Asia and Eurasia, whatever, and there has to be a war, and there has to be an enemy, because otherwise the people, right?
Like
In
in
time,
have you read 1984?
yes,
Yeah.
one of the only books I ever read.
It's a pretty good book.
Yes, it's fantastic. So,
Wait, so you think Hitler? Okay,
mhm,
so you think Hitler just used anti-Semitism as a tool, as a propaganda tool?
yes, that's the only explanation I have. When you have all the data laid out in front of you, that's the only explanation.
Okay, if that were true, like even if that was true and it worked successfully, right? Like there were a lot of anti-Semitism due to Hitler's propaganda. That means racism was real because racism is just a belief. He
Um,
generated that, whatever purpose that he used the anti-Semitism for, whether he was authentically an anti-Semite, he generated that anti-Semitism, which made it real, because racism is just a belief.
yeah, but right. I mean, okay, so Hitler, I don't believe Hitler was racist. I don't believe anyone in the Nazi party was racist. So you're talking about the average Joe German. You're claiming he's racist. I mean, if you go today and speak to people, even TFM seems to hate Jews. So a lot of people hate Jews, but I don't think it's because of race. I think it's because because the same people, TFM, his co host is Jewish, and his friends co hosting are a lot of them are Jews. So it can't be race, but he hates Jews. So it's more intricate than that. They also hate the Romans, the Gypsies. A lot of people in Europe hate.
Yeah, I've heard of gypsies not being.
Right. A lot of people hate the Gypsies. A lot of people hate single mothers. It's like
I wonder who.
like TFM. But so the average Joe in the world, does he hate Jews? I don't know. I don't know.
I don't think. Well, that's kind of funny because I'm not in America,
Mm-hmm.
and in Australia we don't have a lot of. We don't have a huge Jewish population.
Mm-hmm.
So at here, I wouldn't say there's a lot of anti-Semitism
Mm-hmm.
at all.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so when I hear, growing up that like all this bad history with people hating Jews, like I never really understood that on a personal level because I never saw it.
Right. So I think if you would see Jews, you might start hating them. Just like, right,
I don't think so.
you don't know that until you try. Because I'll tell you,
Do you hate Jews, Mr. Slave?
well, I'm an objectivist, so I follow the philosophy of Ayn Rand, who was Jewish. So she's like one of my actual heroes. So it's difficult to say that I can hate Jews. I do hate many people hate, quote unquote, who might be Jewish, but it's not their, I don't think it's their Jewishness. I think it's coincidental, but we humans, we see patterns. So if I see a lot of people, like I hate leftists, and a lot of Jews tend to be leftists. So you see this pattern. So you could say, yeah, I hate Jews, but really
Wait, where are you on the political spectrum, Slave?
it's called an objectivist. It's close to libertarian, but not exactly.
Okay.
It's Ayn Rand, her philosophy of objectivism, and you could say that the rationality assumption is very close to objectivism. So I'm you could say I'm a rationalist, which is I would say an offshoot of Ayn Rand's objectivisms. I don't completely agree with Ayn Rand. I modified her objectivism to be my rationality. So I took the rationality
Mhm.
assumption and I turned it into a philosophy, and I merged it with Ayn Rand's objectivism, self-interest rationalism. So it's very close to. I'm very close to Ayn Rand, which is like you could say it's on the right side of the spectrum of economics. It's on the left side of the spectrum of liberalism. So I believe everyone, like gays, are okay, and transgender people are okay. But simultaneously, I believe that we basically live in communistic dictatorships as far as economics is concerned. We don't have enough economic liberties, so we're suffering because we don't have economic liberties. But
Oh,
we
what's an
have,
example? I'm just curious.
like, you cannot build a skyscraper on your own plot of land. Like
Like zoning.
yeah, zoning is an example. So yeah, like we could argue, but what exactly you could and could not do, but the way it is right now, you basically cannot build anything in the West. And this virus of zoning is spreading all over the world. So in South America, it's very difficult to build. Everywhere in the world, in the West, and I think all over the world, it's basically impossible to build anything. So there's not enough room to live. There's not enough space to live, which creates homelessness, which creates tension between neighbors, which anyway, so a lot of problems arise from the fact that we just don't have enough room in the world right now. It's because we're not allowed to build. There's so much limitation on where you can build, what you can build, all these things. So that's just one tiny example. And the list of economic liberties that have been taken away from us and are continually being taken away from us is growing. Um, so, so economically,
especially in New York.
yes, especially in democratically controlled areas all over the world, wherever Democrats and socialists, leftists take over, yeah, they take away economic liberties. They take away all liberties, but also economic liberties. So I'm on the right side of the political spectrum economically because a little bit. I mean, the Republicans in America are a little bit libertarian, a little bit for individual rights, economic rights, but I disagree with the right side of the political spectrum in America because they're basically anti-gay, anti-trans, all that. And I don't care. I mean, you can have sex with whoever you want as much as you want. I don't care. So I'm like a leftist.
So,
I
is
think
there
this.
a government, an example of a government that you think does it right
Um,
or closest to what you deem ideal?
I think Trump was okay. I mean, I have many issues with Trump, but he was pretty good. Um, until he shut
Pretty
down the.
entertaining.
Um, hold on, my incoming girlfriend sent me a message. That's good. How you feeling? Let's heart it. And not so sure about this week. I've taken up some extra work. Okay. Okay, that's perfect. Let me just reply to her. I'm so proud of you. It's always a good response to girlfriends. I'm so proud of you. Okay. So DeSantis is kind of okay. I mean, in general, Republican governors are kind of okay. Who else? I mean,
Wouldn't you want to be under a libertarian government since she said
like
you're
whom?
libertarian?
Yeah, I mean, it depends, but perhaps,
Or
yeah.
the ones that are, I'm not too familiar with American politics, but all the ones that are available, not, I don't know, to your liking, or they don't represent the libertarianism that you prescribe to.
Yeah, I mean, you asked me any examples, so I don't have good examples so much. I think I heard that in Georgia there was a libertarian guy that took over, and in in the in in the Russian part of the planet, that Georgia, not the American Georgia, there was a guy who took over for a while and made it very libertarian. Yeah, if libertarians take over and run government, it could be fantastic. Yeah, it could be, it's very close. Libertarians are very close to my philosophy, yes.
Mm.
I mean, they're just.
I
I
would say
mean,
I'm like center left,
okay,
more
like
centrist. I'd say.
okay, like where are you economically?
Mm, I'm not sure. I'm not. I'm not very educated. I would say on modern economics.
Like, so when you say centrist towards left, what are you referring to? Um,
I guess more populist issues.
like what? Give me an example.
Mm, gay rights. That's a pretty.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't have a problem with gays. I mean, tonight I'm going to be doing a live stream. My co-host is going to be a transgender woman, so
Mhm.
I am completely open to that. I mean, I see through identity, however people want to identify. I have zero problem with that. You can identify as whatever you want. So yeah, I
I
completely agree with
identify
that.
as a dog.
You can identify as dog. I
Mhm.
mean, you can watch YouTube videos about women who, it happens to be women who like identifying as dogs. Men like identifying as little girls, but also women like identifying as little girls. Well, I'm familiar. Yeah, I'm familiar because my owner, she has many. I mean, her clients, quote unquote, many of them like to be little girls, pretend to be little girls, have their diapers changed.
I have a
So
question, Slave.
yes,
So, with all these clients, um, is there a commonality between all of you aside from this fetish or this lifestyle?
it's difficult to tell. I don't know almost anything about her clients or my previous owner. I don't know almost anything about them. Like, as far as I know, they're just normal people of all ages. Yeah, last conversation I had with my owner, I asked her specifically, and she said of all ages, of all socioeconomic brackets, they're from. There's nothing that seems to unify her clients.
I thought the common thing was like, maybe this is a stereotype of your community, but like men who enjoy being dominated are
Mhm.
like have like high control in society.
I
Have
don't
you heard
know.
that?
Yeah, I used to think that, but I don't know if it's based on evidence. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I honestly don't know. I mean, I don't think there's any data on it. I don't think there's any research on it. I don't think anyone. I mean, this is like one of the most important topics in the world, like human sexuality, and it's basically taboo to study in the quote academia unquote. So they study utter nonsense instead of actually studying what's important. So we don't know. I looked it up. I on Google Scholar. There's zero research on the topic as far as I can tell. So it's my speculation, your speculation. Yeah, we just don't know. Could be because of
Mm.
childhood
I thought it was
trauma.
interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if it's because of my childhood trauma. I don't know. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I honestly don't know. I mean, why do I have my best orgasms when I just watch a woman killing a man and then I get the ultimate orgasm? Why is that? I have no idea.
Are you a masochist?
Yes. I hate pain, but when I watch porn, it's BDSM, it's masochism, it's women murdering men. That's my go-to fantasy.
I can only imagine Mr. Slave's search history.
Yeah, there's basically nothing online that I can watch in terms of porn. It's like 10 images, or even that you could say not that many. I mean, very little art that I can fap to. So yeah, it's terrible. It's really terrible. I mean, yeah. I wish there was maybe now that there's going to be AI, so maybe I could ask the AI to draw more, yeah, more
That's pretty
art.
creative, actually.
Yeah,
That's funny.
yeah. For now, there's almost nothing. No one has created the art that I could consume. Yeah, I'm like a super tiny minority apparently. Yeah,
Interesting.
for sure. I don't know why I am this way. I mean, it's that, and I'm more standard relatively that I like watching men eating women's feces. That also turns me
Wait, you
on.
enjoy that?
It's yeah, I get an incredible when I yeah, that gives me fantastic orgasm. Just men eating women's poop, if possible, directly from their anus. You know, being the best is if they're being forced to eat the poop and maybe strangled to death simultaneously. That's even better, but there's no such art.
So is it the forcing or is it the actual scat?
Forcing is just extra. Anytime a woman dominates a man physically, it turns me on. It's such a violation of reality that there's something so delicious about it. It's like inverting my reality, because in my reality, I guess women are such pure angels and so such delicate flowers that the fantasy is something so inverted that I don't know. I don't understand it. I just don't understand it.
Fascinating.
What?
Fascinating.
Oh, for sure.
Very fascinating.
Yes. No, but I also enjoy just having normal sex and just being a normal lover. I mean that, but
You
when
do?
I'm, oh, for sure. But when I'm alone and I fap, the go to the ultimate fantasy is these BDSM experiences.
Okay. So would you say, like, wouldn't you agree that most women are submissive and like especially in the bedroom?
I don't know if that's even true. I'll tell you, women are like mothers. They're very motherly, and they try to make their partner happy. So TFM says women are chameleons. They'll just figure out whatever makes you happy, and they will fulfill whatever role they need to fulfill in order to make you happy. So if you like dominant women, they'll become dominant. If you like submissive women, they'll become submissive. They'll become whatever you need them to be. They're very flexible. That's his theory, and I think I agree with that. So you could say maybe most men fantasize about being dominant, so most women follow along with that fantasy, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. But don't
Wait,
forget
but
that.
isn't being a chameleon submissive? Because you're changing to suit the situation. You're not asserting.
So my current owner, Goddess Lily, so I asked her, does she enjoy emasculating her little girls, like changing their diapers and treating them like little babies? And she said yes,
Like her
she loves.
daughters?
No, her little girls are her
Oh,
client.
okay. The role play.
The role play, yes.
Okay.
So she said yes, she enjoys it very much. So she enjoys being dominant. She enjoys what is called in BDSM being a mommy dom. So a mommy dom is in the role play if she becomes the mommy of the little girl. So that's a mommy dom. So she dominates and humiliates um the little girl, the client. That's a mommy dom. So she enjoys being a mommy dom. Also, it's my favorite kink to have a mommy dom. So that's why we're a perfect match. Me and Goddess Lily. So because I love mommy dom, that's one of my go-to fantasies, and her go-to, not fantasy, but role play. Um, so she seems to be naturally dominant. Also, if hopefully one day I'll get her on a stream and you'll hear the way she speaks, you're going to fall off your chair hearing her speak. She's extremely dominant in her speech. I've never
Is
heard
she a
anyone.
big woman?
She's
Like
tall.
her stature is okay.
She's tall but slender. She has perfect body proportions. I've never seen. I mean, when I met her, she was wearing her Halloween lingerie costume. My jaw fell and hit the floor. I just could not look away. And I'm very picky in my attraction to women. I'm usually unattracted to women, except for very, very few. So when I saw her, it hurt me to look away. It was painful to look away. She was so perfect. So that's her. So she is very dominant. Anyway, so it's difficult to say. I
Like in
honestly,
her personal life as well.
yes. She's very quiet. She basically whispers when she speaks. She speaks very slowly. She barely speaks. When she speaks, it's very negatively. She inflicts a lot of pain with very few words. And that's the way she is always.
Like bratty.
I guess. But it's beyond bratty, it's dominant. It's like any picture I send of myself to her response is always EWWW. I always disgust her. Which is perfect. That's the perfect response. That's for me. That's perfect. That's pure fantasy to have a woman in my life who's always disgusted by me. That's the ultimate turn on for me.
Mm.
And that's the way she is naturally. That's not an act. Which is so. I think she's dominant. All the indicators point at a naturally dominant personality. when I watch like a lot of BDSM porn is from Japan. So a lot of Japanese women are in the fantasy are very dominant, which is, you would say, strange because Japan is a very patriarchal society. It's very chauvinistic. Well, everything makes sense. In a chauvinistic society, the fantasy is to be dominant for women. The fantasy is for women, the inversion of reality, the subversion of reality is for women to be dominant, the anti-reality. So I'm like, my theory is that fantasy is anti-reality. Whatever reality, if you invert it, that's usually that would be the go-to fantasy of people living in such a society. So men in the West.
That's the definition.
That's the definition?
Well, like fantasy and reality. Fantasy just means it's not what reality is.
Right, but it turns people on. It's sexual fantasy. I'm saying the go-to sexual fantasy in a society would be the inverse of the sexual reality. So Japan is extremely chauvinistic, male-oriented. Therefore, my theory says that the go-to sexual fantasy of people in Japan would be for women to be dominant. And you do see a lot, like by far most of BDSM feminine dominant porn is from Japan. A little bit from Korea too, which is the same. Korea is also very chauvinistic, very male dominant reality, and very female dominant fantasy. In the West, it's the opposite. The porn made in the US is mostly male dominant. And the reality is, it's not a chauvinistic society. It's very the opposite. It's gynocentric. It's female oriented. Wait, Mr. Blackadder. A dominant Japanese woman would be based. Oh, for sure. So, so the puzzle seems to fit together. That I heard the same thing about Iran. Alex hosted an Iranian guy who said the same thing, that Iran is very chauvinistic and the women there are 99. That's a quote. 99% of the women he dated, this guy from Iran, he says, are feminine dominant. They love pegging the guys. He says 99%. So that seems to be the puzzle. The puzzle seems to be, the answer to the puzzle seems to be that the sexual fantasy is the opposite of sexual reality, which is incredible because you would think that your sexual tendency is like, it's you. But the answer is no, it's not you. You're just reacting to the sexual reality. So I grew up with a sexually dominant male figure, my father, who was very abusive towards my mom. So you could say that turned me into a submissive man. The same goes for Hitler. Hitler grew up with a very dominant, abusive father who abused his mom and abused Hitler. And Hitler was a submissive man who enjoyed golden showers. So
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's very famous, because the story goes that he was in love with his niece, and that's all he wanted her to do. He didn't want to bang her. He just wanted her to pee on him, and she didn't want to. And he locked her up, and she committed suicide. And he tried to commit suicide, and that's when they introduced his friends from the Nazi party introduced him to Eva Braun, who was Himmler's, I think, secretary or something like that. So that's it. So, and they saved Hitler's life like that. So yeah. So human sexuality, in terms at least of fantasy BDSM, seems to be inversely correlated to reality, sexual reality. Anyway, you could say the same goes for.
Yeah, I could agree with some elements of that. I mean, like, I don't know, doing something that you're not supposed to do.
Exactly. That's perfect. That sums it up perfectly. It's such a turn on. It's like, oh, we're not allowed to. It's like it's such a go-to fantasy. It's so like it's the a lot of porn is incest. Like a guy with his daughter, a woman with the son. It's like incest. Is all over the place in all Eastern and Western porn. Yeah, it's because it's looked at as so unethical, so immoral. How could you have sex with your mom, with your dad? How could you do that? But that's everyone loves it. They get turned on by what is forbidden. Just because it's forbidden, it turns
Isn't
them
that
on.
like the number one, or like one of the number one categories?
I don't know, but I guess, I mean, it's one of my favorite, yeah. Like a guy with his daughter. For me, it's preferably if she murders the father while they have sex. But yeah, even if she doesn't murder him, it's pretty good. I mean, if as he climaxes, she chokes him to death, that would be perfect. That's just perfect. But yeah, just because it's forbidden, it's a turn on, so everything makes sense again. Yeah. So in the West, it's like it's forbidden to dominate a woman. You're not allowed to dominate a woman. It's forbidden. They're equal. They're better than you. So the male fantasy in the West is to dominate women. And Alex said, especially the leftist women that are the most feminists, they get turned on by being submissive in the bedroom more than anyone. And again, the puzzle is solved. So yeah, it's phenomenal. Yeah, the way you stated it is perfect. It's because it's forbidden. That seems to be the underlying rule. The more forbidden, this is like the forbidden tree from the Garden of Eden. Like just because it was forbidden, it was so delicious. That the flavor, the deliciousness comes for the forbiddenness. Incredible. Just incredible.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Well, you said
in
it,
some
so
aspects. Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I was thinking about like having sex out, like having sex like outdoors.
Yes.
Like that's exciting because it's you might get caught. It's
Yes.
that sort of thing.
In America, even if you have sex in your car, and a cop can walk up to you and that's the end of your life because now you're a sexual offender. So that's it. Your life is over. Congratulations. You have to go into the registry and register wherever you go and live. You're a sex offender. I mean, your life is over. You might as well put a bullet through your head. That's how dangerous it is. So yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, America is crazy in many respects. Wait,
I like
when do you?
America though. I've been a few times.
I love
Uh,
America.
yeah.
I
I'm
I
actually
love it.
going to New York in a few months as well.
New York is amazing. New York is the most beautiful city in the universe.
So I've heard.
Oh, it's incredible. Incredible. Like when I drive around, I mean, you drive around just nonchalantly on your right or left. It's usually on your right. No, it's sometimes on your left. You see like a body of water, either the East River or the Hudson, and across you see skyscrapers and bridges, and at night everything is lit. So it's fantasy. New York is just fantasy. It's straight out of like it's when you watch Avatar 2 or Avatar 1, it's very similar to New York City.
It's like Pandora.
It's Pandora. New York City is Pandora. A lot of it. Yeah. It's unbelievable with the lights and with the skyscrapers and the bridges and the people and the snow. And, in Christmas, they cover the trees with tiny lights. It's from just fantasy. Yeah. New York is amazing.
Well, what are some good spots I should hit up?
I don't tend to go out so much. I guess you could take a boat ride. I guess you could take a boat ride around Manhattan.
What about like
That's
restaurants and stuff? So I
um
heard the
um
food there is pretty good.
I discovered cooking, and I discovered that I can make food however I like it. Because in the restaurant, you have to explain to the waiter, who has to explain to the chef, and you never get what you want. And if you send it back, you wait another hour.
Are you a picky eater, Mr. Slate?
Yes, I'm very picky. So I discovered that I can make my own food exactly how I like it, and it comes out perfect. So that's what I do. So I just eat at home whenever I can, which is like 99% of the time. I used to always eat out, but now I've become so lazy because at home I have my own balcony barbecue, so I just turn it on, throw a couple of burgers, make them perfect, and yeah, and I love burgers. I love beef. So what else? I mean, what else can I want? It's really cheap. It's like $4 a pound. So, like,
Yeah, I mean it's healthier eating at home, but I heard New York is like very famous for like Italian food and stuff.
yeah, but
So I'm keen to
Italian is
try that out.
yeah, but Italian is like carbs and the meatballs. I mean, yeah, I guess it's okay, but it's a lot of carbs. I mean, I've started eating carbs lately because I discovered it helps me with my cardio. Um, yeah, but I don't go out that much. Mm, I guess I should. But I'm I'm not the right person to ask about New York restaurants. Wait, are you wealthy?
Mm, I wouldn't say so.
Oh. Mm, anyway, I don't I mean, there's excellent pizzerias in New York, but I would assume there's excellent pizzerias anywhere in the world. But
Sydney, not so much.
okay, I mean, I love good pizzerias. It depends. You need to know what type of pizza to order. I always forget the name of the type of pizza that I like, but it's not the standard. Pizzas can be delicious and cheap. Chinese food is delicious and cheap. Yeah. Wait, what time is it for you now?
9:26 a.m.
So, are you working already?
Yeah. I've been working.
Wow, that's phenomenal.
Wait, are you working?
No, I didn't start working yet. I should start working. I need to. Yeah, I guess we can. You know what? Let me put on like a YouTube video in the background. But that's like impossible. I'm always looking for a YouTube video to put in the background as I work. But it's either too boring or too interesting. But maybe because you're online with me, I can find something that will work out. What's a good video to have in the background? My go-to is runway models as a good background.
I've noticed.
Yeah, I mean it's, but then it's too interesting because I need to rate each model. But I have to stop doing that. Oh, wait, let me share my screen. I think I found something interesting. LFL, Lingerie Football League. There's an hour-long match. So let me share this. Where is this? Present, share, Brave tab. Where is that? LFL, share. Okay, so we can let this. But why have men?
It's like women's football or something.
Yeah, but with lingerie. But but why do they have men? They should have women as the hosts, and no men should be involved in the production. I don't understand this. Okay, we can let this play in the background. Let me see what it looks like. Yeah, it looks okay. All right. So I was working until the morning. Doing the
I know, or you
connection.
guys have like crazy sleep schedules. I know you guys do it.
I mean, yeah. Like go to sleep when you're tired, wake up when you're not tired. Like animals. We're like animals. We have
like full
reverted.
nocturnal.
Well, some days I'm nocturnal, some days what's the opposite of nocturnal? There is a word for it. Let me look it up. Nocturnal antonym. Nocturnal antonym. Nocturnal definition. What is the opposite of nocturnal? Animals and animals that are active during the night, sleep in the day. That are diurnal. The opposite of nocturnal is diurnal. Now you know. Very nice. Okay. Very interesting. All right. So, yes, I was gonna ask this guy, are you connected to? Okay, are you connected to? Oh, so who are you connected to? Okay. So this guy must be connected to this guy. So we need to create this guy. So I think we should just create all of them. So this, that. Got it. All right. So
I thought you were a scientist, Slave.
Yeah. I mean, well, I work as a scientist, and a scientist, it's just a decision that you make. Like, I would claim that all creatures are scientists. Like, I mean, as long as you're dedicated to the scientific method, you're a scientist. Which
But that's
basically
not
just
your job. You don't want to dox yourself.
No, I have doxed myself in reference to my job, so I mean, that's my work.
Have you?
My work. Yeah, not me. I mean, in the interviews that I did with my previous owner, yeah, she couldn't hold it in. She had to let it out. She was so proud of me, I guess. So yeah, my work is very very sciencey, very science oriented. Like, I read scientific literature. I don't publish anything, so I don't write.
But you do programming.
Have I doxed that? It's too dangerous to discuss what I actually do. Yeah, I guess you can hear me.
I mean, you kind of have, but yeah.
Yeah, you can hear me referencing. I'm running tests and I'm writing tests. So yeah. So let's see this guy and that guy. So let's close it up and put this guy here and this guy here. And oh, impossible. It's not gonna help. Nope, not gonna help. But I guess we can close it. So
yeah, I got to bounce, Slave. I got a meeting. But nice chatting.
Absolutely. Feel free to come back anytime. I'm probably gonna. I don't know what I'll do. All right, man. Take it easy.
It is.
Laters, bye. Yeah, maybe we'll watch something less boring. Good bodies. They have good bodies. They all have flat tummies. These chicks are rough. Jesus. They're not kidding. Jesus. They're not kidding. These chicks are rough. Holy schmaholy. A lot of them are black because black chicks are tough. But some of them are European. Wow. Incredible. They're not joking. Unbelievable. Phenomenal. Unbelievable. Let's. What can we run in the background? Maybe we should listen to something. Wait, let me look at my schedule. Let me make sure I have nothing coming up. Yeah, we have streaming with Karen at 9 p.m. Okay, so we have enough time. What should we listen to in the back? I guess there's. Oh, we can maybe listen to podcasts like brain science podcasts. So, I guess machine learning. Good podcast, not this guy. Okay, let me see. Machine learning street talk. Let's go. Oh, let's subscribe and go to their channel and videos. What do we got? Carla, this is 2 days ago. Carla Kreeman, Igor Kraukchuk, X Risk Governance, Effective Altruism on Machine Learning Street Talk? Am I missing something? This is supposed to be AI. Are they going woke? Luciano. I heard Luciano, but not Igor. Sounds boring. Human. Srijan Kumar, Human Inductive Biases in Machine. That is so woke. Pedro Domingo, there are no infinities, utility functions, neurosymbolic. Sounds boring. Irina Rish, AGI, complex systems, transhumanism, boring. AI alignment, governance, boring. Embodiment, consciousness, language models, boring. What's this? Teaching algorithmic reasoning via in-context learning. David Chalmer. He's not so boring, but completely unrealistic. Accessibility visual teaching methods. Interesting. Why machines will never rule the world. Walid Saba. Yeah, he's very popular. Let's listen to Walid. He's so funny. Let's listen to Walid. What could go wrong?
I'm your host, Tim Scarf. Now, today on the show, we're joined by Dr. Walid Saba,
But I have to go
who's just written a
to
review of the
poop.
book, Machines Will Never Rule the World.
So you can
Artificial
listen to this
Intelligence
guy.
Without Fear, written
Hopefully
by
not
Job
kill
Landgrab and
yourself.
Barry Smith. Now, Dr. Saba will be discussing his review, which provides a detailed analysis of
Wait,
the
but
book's
then when I
arguments
come back,
that strong AI is impossible.
I will not have any
In his
idea.
review, Dr. Saba acknowledges the argument made by Landgrab and Smith that anything
So
we
hold
engineer
on.
is ultimately a system which can be mathematically modeled and described. He then
We'll
goes
come
on to
back to
discuss-
this. Let's listen to something else. No, I think I should let you listen to it, and I'll come back.
Welcome back to Machine Learning Street Talk.
I'll come
I'm your
back after I
host,
poop.
Tim Scarf.
Okay, bye.
Now, today on the show, we're joined by Dr. Walid Saba, who's just written a review of the book, Machines Will Never Rule the World, Artificial Intelligence Without Fear, written by Job Landgrab and Barry Smith. Now, Dr. Saba will be discussing his review, which provides a detailed analysis of the book's arguments that strong AI is impossible. In his review, Dr. Saba acknowledges the argument made by Landgrab and Smith that anything we engineer is ultimately a system which can be mathematically modeled and described. He then goes on to discuss the complexity of modeling mental processes, which the authors argue are dynamic, adaptive, continuously evolving, and constitute systems whose behavior affects and is affected by the environment they function in. He also touches on the notion of granularity, arguing that complex systems are all the way up from specific components of the mind to the mind itself, and that no known mathematics can model them. Dr. Saba then delves into the complexities of language and open interactive dialogues, asserting that language is a prerequisite for any artificial general intelligence, but that linguistic communication itself is a complex system that no mathematics can model. He doesn't subscribe to the argument that interactive bots can be built in narrow domains, since responses and the overall context cannot be predicted in any meaningful way. Dr. Saba has two reservations as to the conclusions made by Landgrab and Smith. He questions their use of the word never and suggests there could be a new mathematics that mental processes require that is yet to be discovered. He also doesn't believe that the fact that complex behavior cannot be mathematically modeled precludes the possibility of building such systems, as evidenced by the intentional programming language Lisp. And he also considers the possibility of hypercomputation in validating the Church-Turing hypothesis. We'll talk about that a bit later. Finally, Dr. Saba expresses his regret that the book didn't go into further detail on the frame problem in AI, and calls for further research into belief revision in complex systems. Join us today as we speak with Dr. Walid Saba about his review of this book that we've just been speaking about, Machines Will Never Rule the World. And by the way, I think very highly of Walid. I think he is one of our most loved guests. He is a polymath. He has an incredible breadth of knowledge across so many fields, you know, from AI and computer science to mathematics to philosophy to linguistics. He really is a rare breed. And he also brings a very interesting contrarian view, I would say, to the current kind of modus operandi or the zeitgeist in the community at the moment. He's a breath of fresh air. Anyway, if you haven't already, consider subscribing to our YouTube channel, or indeed rating our podcast on your favorite podcasting platform if you happen to be listening to us. So anyway, without any further delay, I give you Dr. Walid Saba. Welcome back to MLST, folks. We have the unmistakable Waleed Sabah, the legend that is Waleed Sabah. But we also have Mark from our Discord community. And Mark, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi guys, I'm Mark Ogwill, philosopher, cognitive scientist, and software engineer, and big MLSD. So, hey.
Awesome. Well, welcome, Mark.
You know, things have been a bit of a blur, but I think this is right, Tim. Like, I think Waleed was, you know, the first or one of the first really big names that we had come on the show, right?
I don't think
Was
so,
it?
but
Hey,
the
Fury.
most controversial, let's put it this way, the
I could slave.
one that made
Yeah,
I
man.
unsubscribed from Greg's channel.
Wait, could you say it slower?
I unsubscribed from Greg's channel.
You unsubscribed from Greg's channel?
Yes.
Why?
Because he's a, what do you call it? He gossips.
Oh.
Plain and simple.
Oh, okay.
And I mean, they obviously like RPG and like Greg can't get over that my episode, I guess. And
I honestly. And what?
they're making stuff up, and it's disheartening.
They're backing stuff up?
No, they're making stuff up.
They're making stuff up?
And it's disheartening.
Yeah.
I appreciate you for creating this hotline.
Creating this hotline?
Yeah, it seems like a hotline, but it's very generous of you to be this. I think there's real value to your stuff, potential value.
Yeah, I agree.
Based on like the drama that Greg was involved with, like Coach White Pill and Nasser Erudite, I think I understand how they feel now.
Yeah, Greg is a meanie.
Greg forgets, and then he I mean, he's generous and nice, but I guess he just forgets, you know, even when he's recorded.
Even what? Horrid?
No, even when he's recorded. I mean, I did record our entire conversations, yours and his together. I plan to put it all together. I plan to private those reviews of my own what's it called? Dates, because I think to the point it's just you know, that's wild stuff.
It's wild stuff.
No, it's why I will stop. I'm not gonna like go to Greg's channel anymore. It's pointless.
Oh, okay. I mean, I think I don't think what your experience in that last speed date. I mean, I watched it and then the discussion after. I didn't see anything special, like either way. You were upset at her for something. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I explained it, and then it's not just really her though. It's more about like that. And I think, you know, Greg is I would say Greg is hypocritical in the sense when he talks about he's a bit hypocritical. He's a bit hypocritical when it's like against him. I mean, it's only natural. I mean, he wants to have his own point of view and stuff, and really, it's just not always about getting girls and stuff. And obviously, that's what he talks about most: getting ripped and jacked and getting girls. But I mean, there's more to that. So I'm just disappointed and sad.
You're sad?
Yeah.
You're disappointed. Okay. Yeah, I mean,
I mean, it kind of hurts, but I feel like, yeah, you know what? That's pointless.
yeah, I was every time like Greg has been calling me bad faith because of my debate with Mr. X, which is weird.
Bad faith with Mr. X. Oh, I see.
Yeah, he keeps referring. Also, RPG and Greg feel I was bad faith with discussing God with Mr. X.
Mm-hmm.
So
I mean, you say you're certainly very philosophical. That's for sure. Mr. Slave, I can see that. I mean, I disagree with you on some things, even with living and stuff, but I can see you're a deep thinker.
yeah, I mean, I like going to the root. Any discussion, I like going directly to the root of the root of the root. I like going all the
Mhm.
way.
I'm the same way. I'm the very same way.
Yeah. So, I thought I think I had a good discussion with Mr. X. I don't think Mr. X felt I'm being bad faith, but RPG and Greg feel maybe RPG not so much because last night on the stream I was talking to RPG and I think he's beginning to realize that I'm not bad faith. But I think Greg still feels I'm bad faith. I guess when you first hear me, it's like I think this is related in game theory to the prisoner's dilemma. So the idea is that like when you first meet someone, you don't know them well, so you think you have disagreements with them. And in the beginning that you have big disagreements, but as time progresses, these disagreements disappear into the void. So the more you know someone, the less you have disagreements with them. That's basically the conclusion of the prisoner's dilemma. So two prisoners, you put them in separate cells, you tell them to squeal on each other, they will. But that's the first time. But the second time this happens, so after that, they talk to each other and they say, okay, next time we're not going to squeal on each other. And that's what happens with actual prisoners. At the end, prisoners don't squeal on each other. Because at the end, all prisoners, they already know the drill. They know that they cannot trust the police and they cannot abandon their friends. So they die for each other. And when they say scabs get stabs or something, like don't talk to the police. They all know at the end of the day, the police are the ultimate enemy. So the prisoner's dilemma is a nice story, but it's not realistic because after a while, everyone knows the ultimate enemy is the police, and the other criminals are your best friends, and you can rely.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think it's more nuanced than that. I think there's good and bad people on both sides, and some people are accused of wrong things, and also some cops are bad and who are criminals. That are cops. But sometimes
I would say
cops do as they're told, and then sometimes cops do their best. I've met one, and
okay,
and
yeah, we can discuss that. That's an interesting discussion. But going back to Greg, so and RPG, so in the beginning, you meet someone, and I guess everything is cool, but then you have a disagreement, and then it blows up. But I think as time progresses, you start understanding them more and more, and the disagreements go away. Hopefully, if like both are rational. So So hopefully in time, like in the beginning, I hated Alex. I thought he was a meanie and a bully.
Alex is okay. I think he's better than Greg, but I do think he twists things sometimes.
Yeah, they're very similar. I mean, Alex calls me bad faith, a bad faith debater, and Alex says I lost every debate he's ever seen, and he thinks I'm delusional that I think that I won every debate he's ever seen. I mean, the fact that he calls me delusional, I mean, that's kind of mean.
I don't think you're. I think you're delusional, although I do think you are searching for answers.
Right. So Alex says I'm bad faith. So there you go.
Mhm.
So I'm just I'm searching, you know, I love having discussions. I love seeking the absolute truth. I think the absolute truth is attainable. It's very difficult to find, but
Do you like science fiction, Mr. Slave?
no, I hate science fiction.
You hate science fiction.
Yes.
That's a tragedy.
It's a tragedy.
That's a tragedy. So a lot of it is searching for the truth in a lot of ways. As a reflection of us.
I don't like
Wait, no.
fiction. I mean,
so you like nonfiction?
more, but I don't like when they invent new physics, when they avoid actual physics. I hate it. Like, why can't you just live within the physical universe? I mean, the physical universe is infinite and it's incredibly complex. I mean, you don't need to make up new physics to have an interesting storyline. Like faster than light travel is possible.
But we didn't know that before.
No, we're traveling faster than light right now. We are on our planet on this side of the universe. We're traveling faster than light in reference to a galaxy on the other side of the universe. The other side of the universe.
I can see it in a certain perspective. I can see that.
What do you mean? We know this to be.
I can see it. Maybe. I
What do you
mean,
mean?
well, it's the world spinning, and then the solar system, and then like the potential for a bigger universe.
No. Right now, we know that because of dark energy, the universe is accelerating its expansion, and so much so that a galaxy on our side of the universe and a galaxy on the opposite side of the universe are traveling faster than light away from each other. There is a universal event horizon that galaxies have disappeared already. Anyway, we know it to be true. We know that there's no violation of faster than light. We're not violating special relativity by claiming that two objects can travel away from each other faster than light. For example, if I'm traveling away from you at 90% the speed of light to the right, so you're standing in the middle, so there's two people, me and somebody and my dom, or me, I'm to your right, my dom is to your left, and I travel away from you to the right at 90% the speed of light, and my dom is traveling to the left away from you at 90% the speed of light. So you agree that me and my dom are traveling away from each other at 90 plus 90, meaning we're traveling away from each other much faster than the speed of light, and there's no violation of special relativity. And that's how, I mean, that's okay. Like, I cannot claim traveling away from you at 90% the speed of light, I cannot claim that that I can observe my dom. This is special relativity says I cannot observe my dom traveling away faster than the speed of light. Right. I cannot observe, but I know she's traveling. I can know that she's traveling away from me faster than the speed of light. It's just that I cannot observe it.
Right.
Anyway, so I don't like science fiction because of the fictional physics.
But we invent science fiction though.
And what?
We invent science fiction. It's future seeking. In fact, a lot of
Ev-
stuff in science fiction from before we have now.
I don't understand. Say it slower. What?
But
Events science fiction?
yeah, we have, but science fiction is future seeking with a reflection of our world, of our current world, and but from
I don't like
previous science fiction.
I don't
okay.
like when
Well, I
they
mean,
when they violate physics. The known physics in the future will be exactly as the physics of today, as far as we know. You can't violate known physics. If you violate known physics, then I can't. It's taking me out of the immersion of. You understand?
Would you create a science fiction show?
Would I do it?
Yeah.
I don't think you need to. At this point, you can ask ChatGPT to do it for you.
Yes, but with ChatGPT, you still have to feed the machine, though.
Right.
You want
I
to have
mean,
all the answers.
I wouldn't do it because I need to work. My time is divided between my work and my Dom. And now my YouTube channel, which I've created in order to promote my Dom. I don't want to do anything else. So I can give ideas. If anyone wants, I can give ideas and anyone can take them and create. Wow, the markets are blowing up. Incredible. So anyone can take my ideas and run with them. But
there's ideas and there's execution of those ideas.
Right. Like I can tell you the future of humanity with mathematical certainty. I know what's going to happen.
Okay. It's a bit out of my reach.
It's a bit out of your reach?
Well, of understanding, that's what I'm saying.
Of our understanding?
No, my understanding.
No, it's actually very simple. So humanity is doomed with a mathematical certainty. We will never leave Earth. We will never leave the solar system. We will never conquer the stars. We will never become a Kardashev type 1, 2, 3 civilization. The end has already begun.
A black hole gets us
No,
all?
you don't need a black hole. No. The way I mean, you can see the woke virus taking over already now, and it will continue taking over until it will decimate until it will decimate humanity. Nothing will be left. You can see that. It's already begun, but that's just an indication. But you see from the Fermi paradox that no alien civilization takes over any part of any place. I mean, they're all dead. All alien civilizations must die with mathematical certainty. Otherwise, they would be here.
Well, there's series that we are being watched, like World Worlds.
Right, but it's difficult. The Fermi paradox says that there are no aliens in the visible universe. So if we're being watched, I mean, you have to explain why we're being watched, what's their interest. I mean, it would have to be a complete conspiracy between all the alien civilizations, and not a single individual in the entire universe can break character, which you would ask why. I mean, you need absolute mathematical certainty. You need The Fermi paradox needs an explanation that gives you 100% mathematical certainty that there are no aliens. You look to the sky, there's nothing, there is absolute death and silence. So something is driving everyone into death and silence. And the question is what? On the other hand, you see, oh, Javier, hi. On the other hand, you see the woke mind virus taking over.
Oh, so you're more of a right wing guy.
I'm a right wing guy, kind of,
or
yes.
yes. I mean, I'm more left.
Right, that's why you're a vegan, yeah. Veganism is part of the end of civilization. That's why I'm anti-vegan. It's not that I hate animals. I love animals. It's nothing to do with that. It's the altruism. Altruism is suicidal. Ultimate altruism means you die for whatever, for someone else, which means at the end you will destroy civilization. You destroy yourself, which means you destroy your civilization for whatever cause, for the other. And this happens to all civilizations. They all become altruistic. I mean, they don't just become, they are altruistic. We are, by our nature, altruistic. Therefore, we're suicidal. And that's woven into the very fabric of the universe. So in every universe, it's the same. In no universe does anyone survive. No one survives. No civilization survives in any universe ever. So,
Explain altruistic.
altruistic.
I'm not familiar with the word.
Oh, I'm sorry. Alt means the other. Altruistic means you care for the other more than yourself. So in veganism,
so it's sacrificial.
Exactly. Yeah. If you're sacrificial, then you're suicidal.
Now, what about being selfish?
That's the opposite. But being selfish is repugnant in the eyes of most humans. Most humans think that being selfish is evil. That's why.
Well, it can be evil, but I don't think it's ultimately evil. It has potential to be evil.
Right. And that's why we're doing it.
I think being selfish to an extent is good for you. I don't think selfish like 24/7.
No, you have to be absolutely selfish. If you're not absolutely selfish, then you're suicidal, and then you're doomed.
Right. So if you're selfish, then why do I see hypocrisy with in my eyes of when of your dom, because in that way you're still serving her, which is not selfish unless that's.
I want to marry her. I want to make her mine. I'm trying. I enjoy being submissive to her. It gives me pleasure. I'm pleasuring myself when I submit to her. It's pure pleasure. It's pure selfishness. It's the purest of all selfishness.
I would say for you.
Yeah, of course. I'm purely selfish. I am 100%.
I'm more like in this. If I did BDSM, which I am very interested in BDSM, I'm more of a switch. I like both.
That's fine. But either way, you always want to pleasure yourself.
Yeah, I like both roles.
No, that's fine. But the point is that you you should be 100% selfish. You should always care only for yourself, only making yourself happy. If you care at any point for making someone else happy, then that's suicidal.
Yeah. So what if the vegans were also selfish?
But they're not. They care for
But
the
wait.
animal.
But they care for the animals, but they care for the animals because they also want to be healthy. Well, some of them aren't as healthy because
But that's
some
not
of them are fat.
veganism. That's
Yeah, but
maybe
some of you could still be fat and still be vegan.
No, that's not vegan. Veganism, you're maybe referencing vegetarianism or something. Veganism is an ethical code.
Yes.
You can eat
not.
you can eat the unbelievable burger, the amazing burger, the unreal burger. What's the name?
Impossible.
The Impossible burger. That's pure chemicals. That is the unhealthiest thing in the world. Let's say. I don't know, but let's say. But
it's still healthier than a piece of meat. If capitalism went on?
Calvinism?
No, capitalism went on because
Capitalism.
Now, let me hear me out. What if we went for lab-grown meat?
Then the vegans would take it away from you.
Well, I think some vegans would just say, "Yeah, you know what? I still won't eat that," and some of them would just.
You don't have to go for lab-grown meat. What about?
No, I'm talking about lab-grown meat taking over farms. Well,
but
no,
you don't
still create farms with lab-grown meat.
You don't have to go that far. I mean, you have a chicken.
What I'm saying is, it's more efficient. The lab-grown meat would be more efficient than we have.
No, but
with
the vegans,
with farms,
the vegans don't eat eggs.
Well, yes, but that's not what I mean.
No,
would you eat lab-grown meat if that's all that we had, aside from veganism?
Yeah, I mean, I don't.
We won't have like free range, and then we won't have. I know I'm going on a tangent.
Hold on. Mandenden says, "Mr. Slave, can we continue?" Yes, Mr. Mandenden, we can continue. But like vegans don't eat eggs. It doesn't
I eat eggs. I just eat vegan eggs.
What are vegan
eggs?
And
the rock that tastes and smells like eggs.
What are vegan eggs?
Yeah, I make tofu scramble and I eat just egg.
What is the source of a vegan egg? Wait,
Vega... it's tofu, or it's tofu, or it's like pea protein.
Wait, Vega says, "Can you see me?" No, I don't see you, Vega. I mean, what do you mean see you? See you how? You're not in my StreamYard. No, but so like why not eat an actual egg? Okay, let me give you an example. So let's say you have a chicken as a pet. So if you have a chicken as a pet, she lays an egg every morning. Why not eat that egg? It's gonna rot. So why not eat it?
That's the same thing as like that's the same thing with like it's not so different from like having on spermified eggs from like what's it called?
No, let's say you have a chicken, not a pair of chickens, just a chicken, just a female chicken. A female chicken would lay an egg every morning. Why not eat it? The egg will rot. Nothing will happen to the egg. It will just rot away.
I would probably bury it, maybe.
Why not eat it?
I would probably bury it. I don't want to eat it because
why?
It's not that nutritious.
But do you consider eating it to be anti-vegan?
Yeah,
Why?
because it can be a potential. It can be a potential. What's it called? A potential chicken.
No.
Yes.
It's unfertilized. There's you only have a female chicken. She's unfertilized. She lays
I mean, I can
eggs.
easily call it just chicken abortions.
Well, you can call it whatever you want. The egg will rot. It might as well be poop. The egg will not become a chicken ever. It's unfertilized.
Yeah,
Wait,
but
let
you
me.
still fertilize an egg without the male chicken. It's been done.
How?
Have you seen
What
the
do you-
videos? Look at the videos.
Wait 1 second. Men says you can shadow ban users so that they can send messages, but no one sees them. Vega says, I wonder who would care to do such. Fury Notes did nothing wrong. What's going on? Can someone shadow ban like that Dendon? Why do you want to shadow ban? What's going on here? We're not shadow banning anyone.
Well, not yet, because just in case, it depends what kind of people you attract. So you got to be careful. Slave. You might need some moderators.
I mean, I think I set my YouTube to moderate itself, so I don't think I need to do anything. I told YouTube to be very strict. YouTube is set to strict, so I don't think I need to moderate anyone. I mean, and there's no way you can see all the comments. Why are you going to shadow ban me? I am not going to shadow ban you, man. What are you talking about? It's not. It happened to Doug Fist too? No, I never shadow banned anyone. Maybe there is a problem with the YouTube algorithm. I don't shadow ban. I haven't. No, I have no interest in shadow banning anyone ever. So, Mr. Fury Notes, why not eat? Would you consider eating the egg to be unethical?
Yeah.
Would you consider eating the poop unethical if a chicken lays poop?
Yeah. I don't want to eat poop.
No. Is it unethical?
I think it's.
Is it unethical to eat poop?
That's pretty gross, though. I think.
No,
Well,
answer. You're not answering the question. You have to
yeah,
answer.
yes, yeah, you're right. You're right. I am evading the question. It seems.
Why?
Because I don't want. Because I don't want to eat poop.
No, but is it unethical?
I guess it's unethical if are you trying to trick me for eating the egg?
I'm not trying to
Because you
trick
described
you.
the egg as food before.
I'm not trying to trick you. I'm trying to.
All right.
Let's
say I eat the poop, but I feel like
No, I'm not saying eat the poop. I'm saying is it unethical to eat the poop?
Because it may be unethical in a sanitary sense.
No. Is it unethical? What are you talking? Is it unethical to murder? You would say, of course. Is it unethical to eat chicken? So as a vegan, you could claim, yeah, it's unethical. But is it unethical to eat a fertilized egg? Yeah, you could claim as a vegan it's unethical. Is it unethical to eat an unfertilized egg? How is it okay? So you don't answer.
But I would
that.
still
Okay.
consider that to be meat. In my point of view, sometimes it's considered dairy, but I would consider
Okay,
egg to be meat.
Right. So what? I mean, what about roadkill? Is it ethical? Is it unethical to eat roadkill? A dead cow. A cow died. It's dead. It's going to rot. Is it unethical to eat it?
I would bury it.
Answer the question, Fury Notes.
If you were starving.
No. Is it unethical? Yes or no? There's a rotting carcass of a cow. Is it unvegan? Let's say, is it anti-vegan to eat the dead carcass of a roadkill cow? It's dead.
Because
It died.
but you can get sick.
No, it's a healthy cow. The vet checked it right before and right after he checked it. An accident happened and it died.
Well,
Another
if it's
bull.
roadkill, it was killed
Yeah,
either by accident or by force.
yeah, it was killed. Let's say a bull. Let's say a bull killed another bull. You know, bulls sometimes kill each other. So let's say a bull killed another bull. So you have a dead bull. It's gonna rot. Might as well eat it. Might as well use the hive to make leather coats. Might as well. Why not?
So you're voting for practical use.
I'm asking, is it unethical? Is it anti-vegan to eat roadkill, to eat an unfertilized egg?
But unfertilized egg is still an egg.
Yeah, still an egg, but
It's
it's
still
gonna
meat,
rot.
in my view. Sorry, I have a cold.
It's okay. Is it unethical to eat an unfertilized egg? Is it
Yes,
unethical?
because the egg isn't
Why?
yours. It's not yours.
It's not mine?
Yeah.
It's going to rot. What do you mean it's not? The poop? Okay, is the poop mine?
It can be.
Is it? I have a chicken. I have a chicken in my backyard. By the way, if the chicken runs away, it's dead because there's cats and lions everywhere. So I'm protecting the chicken's life. The chicken depends on me to live. And
Well,
it
I
lays.
Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think you're going for a survivalism, right? And we're to the point where we don't really need
No.
survivalism.
No.
Am I getting ahead of myself?
No.
I'm just
No.
like
I
get
have
ahead of
a
the question.
pet. I have a pet chicken.
Right,
that
and
I
then
take
you
care
have
of.
the laid egg, but the laid egg is
It
not.
lays poop. Let's start with its lays poop. Is it unethical
Okay.
to eat the poop?
I don't want to eat its poop.
Okay. You can take the poop and use it as fertilizer for your.
Yes, I would use it for fertilizer because it's.
But when you eat the tomatoes, so you grow tomatoes from the fertilizer, but the tomatoes are made out of the poop of the chicken.
The poop from the chicken came from seed. Still, does the chicken eat meat?
What? Yeah, sure. It eats worms, of course.
What if I only fed the chicken like seeds, no worms?
Fine. What? It doesn't matter. The chicken poops. You take the poop. You say, "Is it okay?" I ask you, "Is it unethical to eat the poop?" What's the answer?
I don't think it's ethical.
What do you mean think?
Because it can
You have
kill
to give me an answer. Is it ethical?
I think it will kill you if you eat.
You're not answering, Mr. Fury. No, so you're not.
So I'm still okay. So I'm still dodging.
Yeah. Why are you dodging? So at this point, I would have to say, yeah, you have lost the debate. You admit to have losing. You're admitting to losing the debate because you're violating the rules of engagement. You don't want to engage in a debate, so you lost.
Okay, you're getting ahead of yourself now. Okay, I think all right, so I wouldn't eat the poop because I think it's unsanitary, and I think that's.
You're not answering the. I didn't ask. I asked a simple yes or no question, as they say.
Yes or no question. I think it's unethical, to be honest, to eat the poop.
It's unethical to eat poop?
Yeah.
Hey, Darkblade. It's unethical to eat poop?
Yeah, I really think it is. I think.
Fine. So I
you're
take the poop.
to get sick from it.
Oh, but is it unethical to eat poop? Can I eat my own poop? Is that allowed? Is it ethical?
Well, that's. I think you're risking.
No, answer
Uh,
the question. Yes or no. Is it ethical to eat your own poop? For me to eat my own poop? Can I eat my dom's poop? If she sits on my face and poops into my mouth, is it ethical to swallow her poop?
um,
Why do you
if
have
she
to
gives
think
you
of
permission, yes.
she forces
To eat the
me?
poop.
Okay, fine. Oh, she needs
I
to
mean,
give
because
me
it's her,
permission.
because it's her poop, and she's giving you permission to eat her poop.
Okay,
if
let's
I-
say she pooped in
so
the
if I
toilet.
took the chicken's poop, and then ate it, the chicken would probably go, and to the point like,
Okay,
what
so
are you
what about
doing? It's
oh,
like
so
it's like you're violating its
property rights?
privacy and their
Wait, hold on. So let's say I take the poop and I use it as fertilizer for my tomato plant, and then I eat the tomatoes.
Well, if like the chicken leaves it and doesn't care for it,
then can I eat
then
it?
I guess there's some permission to.
Oh,
for
so
someone to
can I eat
the
it?
poop.
So can I eat
guess
it?
then there would be permission to eat the poop.
So can I eat it? So can I eat poop?
in
Can
that
I eat chicken
case.
poop?
Yes,
So
at that point,
it-
yes. At that point, yes.
So
but
is
only
it ethical? So
only if that sense, if the chicken doesn't care for it.
right, the chicken pooped and walked
But
away
yet-
from it. Can I eat it?
Yes, if you really want to. Though I do think, if you eat poop,
No, just answer the question. Is it vegan or anti-vegan to eat the poop that the chicken doesn't care for it, walked away from it?
I don't think it's anti-vegan.
What do you mean you don't think? Yes or no? Don't
Well,
think. Tell me the answer. I need an answer, not a think.
I guess it would be anti-vegan if you're really into poop. I
Wait,
guess.
what?
I
It
guess,
is anti-vegan?
I don't think it's.
What? This is like pulling teeth. I'm asking you, is it
I
anti-vegan
know.
to eat?
I'm sorry. I'm tired. I'm sorry. I'm tired. I'm sick. I have to get up at 6 in the morning or something.
I'm sorry. Wait, what time is it
but
for you?
It's 6:27 p.m. I got time. So I don't want to have a
You
good
have
amount of
12
sleep.
hours.
Yeah, but I want
What's
to give him this
going
code,
on?
man.
What?
Okay, so I think it'll be I think the problem is I think
Look,
it'll be
I'm
vegan
just
if
trying
it
to
has. I
listen.
think if it has actual meat.
Wait,
If
no.
the
No, wait,
What?
Fury notes. Wait, I mean, listen, I'm here basically pulling teeth, just trying to get an answer from you if it's vegan or anti-vegan to eat chicken poop that the chicken left behind and walked away from. And
but it depends what
I'm
that
not
chicken ate though. So
what?
if the chicken ate
Whatever you
worms
want.
and meat,
Whatever you want.
then
Whatever
poop
you
is
want. Whatever you want. I mean, I need your permission to tell me under what conditions can I eat chicken poop. Are there any conditions by which it is ethical? Is it that it's vegan to eat chicken poop? Give me all the conditions. Whatever. Don't tell me. Whatever the conditions are, fulfilled, done, granted. Your wish is granted. Now. So can you? So let me conclude. So can you think of a scenario in which it is vegan to eat chicken poop? Yes or no?
I guess.
What do you mean you guess? After that, you just guess? No,
I'm
you need to be absolutely certain. What are you talking about?
Well, it's a difficult thing because you're eating your body fluids basically.
Body fluids. So.
I mean, I'm less concerned if you would like eat the poop of a human because it's your species. In that case, in terms of like
Okay, let's start with eating human poop. Is that ethical?
yeah, if you, I, I, I guess.
What do you mean you
And-
guess? What do you mean you guess? Why not give
Well,
a
poop is
straightforward
such
answer?
poop is such an out there thing, you know.
No,
I mean,
ethics. We're not discussing sanitary. We're discussing ethics.
but ethics can get into can lead to sanitary. I mean, the sanitary
No,
issues can
ignore.
lead to being
Look, there are two
ethics.
entries in the English dictionary. One entry is for sanitary, another entry is for ethical. I don't care about the sanitary, I care for the ethical.
But whatever
Is
bleeds
it
in.
what?
But what if but what if it bleeds in?
Okay,
like,
let me ask you. Is it ethical to eat a chicken?
No, it's not ethical.
Right. You give me a straightforward. You don't say I think it's not. You're very clear. No, it's not. So
I know
when
I know it's frustrating, but I'm trying to like.
what are you trying? What?
Well, I'm trying
why-
to like give you a straight answer, but I'm a little puzzled by.
Why is
that-
it difficult to give me like what is okay? What is ethical? Give me an example of something that is ethical to eat. Can I eat a plant? Can I eat a tomato? Is it ethical to eat a tomato?
Yeah, because it didn't have a nervous system.
It doesn't have a nervous system. Fantastic. What if I used fertilizer to create the tomato? Is it ethical to eat a tomato?
Well, the idea of being vegan is to like
Wait, just
the
answer.
lowest cost.
Why you telling me a story? Is it ethical? Would you, as a vegan, is it vegan to eat a tomato that grew using fertilizer?
It would be in the gray.
In the gray. So, do you eat tomatoes?
I eat tomatoes sometimes, but that can be
So-
variety blood.
But wait, you said it. Wait, do you eat gray? Do you eat
No,
tomatoes?
no.
You
Gray
don't eat
means as in gray area of it, like being
Yeah.
ethical or not.
Yeah. So when you eat
Oh,
a
grain, you say
tomato,
grain?
did you? Yeah. Did you when
Grain?
you eat a tomato? No. When you eat a tomato, wait. When you eat a tomato, do you check that it's been grown using fertilizer?
It's
No, you don't. You don't have that information, I assume. And I
Yeah, I
assume
don't-
they
yeah, I
use
don't.
fertilizer. Most farms use fertilizer, of course. And most, I think you could say all farms use fertilizer. So they use the fertilizer that you say is in the gray. So all tomatoes are in the gray, and you eat tomatoes, so you eat gray. Am I correct or incorrect?
well, I know the fertilizer part is in the gray area,
Yeah, and you
but
eat
it's still
it.
being vegan.
You,
because you're
as a
still
vegan, you eat
reducing-
gray. Yeah, but you eat gray. So you eat gray. You agree that eating gray is ethical.
No, I mean,
But you
it's-
eat gray. Are you unethical?
No, gray is it's like the for the fertilizer part because of you're
Wait,
you're
slow.
talking about
What?
you're jumping to like as the fertilizer as in it kills bugs and things like that, right? Correct? Or like what does fertilizer do exactly?
No. You don't know what's in the fertilizer. The fertilizer is usually animal poop. You take animal poop. That's fertilizer.
I see. Oh, I see. I see what you're getting at. Yeah, that would still be in the gray.
And you eat it.
But the thing is,
And you
though,
eat it. But you
Okay,
eat it.
yeah.
So you eat gray. So you agree that gray is ethical.
well, I don't know what you mean by gray.
You said gray.
ethical.
You said it's gray if I use
Well, no, it's in the gray area of being ethical.
right.
But the point is that being vegan is to reduce animal suffering as much as possible.
I'm not
Like I'll give you a different example. Like I have.
no,
I got
you're switching you're switching the topic. I'm not
But I'm staying on the vegan topic.
yeah, but I'm trying to figure out something very specific within whatever you're trying to reduce animal suffering. So I'm trying to
Mhm.
understand why not eat. Therefore, I would eat an egg, an unfertilized egg. I don't see how I'm reducing and how I'm increasing or changing animal suffering in the universe by eating an egg, an unfertilized egg. That's exactly my point. So I don't see why you wouldn't eat an unfertilized egg. That's exactly the point. We started from whatever definition of veganism you have. You want to reduce animal suffering. Fantastic. Is an egg an animal?
Yes,
It's
it can potentially
unfertilized,
be it can
but it's
potentially be an
unfertilized.
animal.
But it's unfertilized. It can never be an animal. It's too late. It needs to be fertilized before it leaves the chicken's tummy.
It gets thrown out usually. I still won't eat
Yeah,
it.
it will rot. It will rot. If you don't eat it, it will just rot.
All right, so when you buy eggs from the store, those are unfertilized eggs,
Correct.
but it came from suffering of chickens who had to lay those eggs. It
Correct.
came
But
from
let's
like
say correct. But
chicks that
let's
had
say
to get in the
correct.
grinder
Correct. But
because
let's
to be
say
discarded.
correct.
There were
Correct. But let's say I have a pet
unfertilized
chicken.
eggs. Like,
Correct. But let's say I have a pet chicken that I watch over. If this pet chicken leaves my farm, it will die. So I'm keeping this pet chicken alive, and I love this chicken. It's the love of my life. I love my
I would
chicken.
still bury the egg
Why?
because I don't want to eat the egg
Why?
because it has the potential to.
It
I
doesn't
just don't
have any.
want.
No.
I don't want to eat.
Why?
I don't want
Why?
to eat. It's when I look.
Why?
I've had eggs
Why?
because it is meat.
It is meat. The egg is meat.
Yes.
What's wrong? Oh, so what? So what if it's meat? Would you eat?
It's not. It's not vegan. It's not a plant.
So what?
But it's meat. It's like it's
So what
flesh.
if it's meat?
It's
So what if it's
flesh.
flesh? So what?
But that's
Right?
not vegan.
So
That's
why
like
not? Is roadkill? Wait, what about roadkill?
that's not vegan either. That's still meat.
Why? Yeah, but
that's not
it's
plants.
but it's dead.
Yeah, but even if
It's
you
a dead.
plant, if you're
Wait,
plant
are you
based,
reducing?
you
Are
would
you
still not eat.
increasing? Wait, are you increasing animal suffering if you eat a dead cow? It's already dead. Are
But
you
they're like
are you increasing animal suffering if you eat a cow that died of its own volition by jumping off a cliff? A cow jumped off a cliff, it's dead.
I would still bury the
It's
cow.
why? Why not eat it?
Well,
Why
I mean,
not?
I've seen a dead possum. I had to bury that dead possum.
Why?
I didn't
Why
want to
not
eat that
eat
possum
it? Why? Why not eat it?
because it's not. I mean, at the time,
Why not eat
was
it?
that before I was vegan? Yeah, that was
Why
still vegan.
not eat the dead cow? Why not make burgers out of it? Why not make a leather coat out of it? Why? You're not answering.
Because I don't.
Okay, you're not answering.
Because
You're
it's
not
gross.
engaging.
It's really gross.
So
to me.
you agree that it is not a problem with ethics. You're not
No,
saying it's unethical.
No, you're going
It's
for
just your personal
purpose.
what?
You're going for repurposing something, right? That's there.
Why not eat? You're saying you would not eat the cow because it's gross. You're not saying because it's anti-vegan. It's because
It
it's
is anti-vegan. It's meat.
No, you said it's gross.
It's gross
You didn't
and it's
say
meat.
no, but I asked you why not eat the cow. You said because it's gross. So why, okay, I'll ask you again. Why not eat the cow? Is it
Because it's
anti-vegan
meat.
to eat the cow? So what if
Yeah,
it's meat?
it's not
What's wrong with
plants.
meat?
I mean, I'll eat plants that
Would
act
you
like
eat
meat.
lab-grown meat? Would you eat lab-grown meat?
No.
Is it anti-vegan to eat lab-grown meat?
Yeah.
It's anti-vegan to eat lab-grown meat?
Yeah.
But are you increasing animal suffering by eating lab-grown meat?
With lab-grown meat, it's much more like science fiction catching.
Are you increasing animal? You said it's all about increasing animal suffering. Are you increasing animal suffering by eating grown meat?
That would be a gray area with the lab grown meat.
Why? How are you increasing animal suffering by eating lab grown meat? How?
Well,
You
I'm saying it's a gray area because I don't really know.
But
But I was
okay,
still-
I'll give you. What do you mean? You took a single cell. Is a single cell. Let's say you took your own single cell. You took a single your single cell. You took a single cell that you shed. You took a single skin cell, dead skin cell, and
then
you
lab grew it?
extracted, and you somehow turned it into a living cell, and then you converted it into a muscle cell, and then you grew it into a steak, a human steak. Right? You start from a dead skin cell from the garbage that you threw away, you shed, but the DNA was intact. Then you converted it. There's methods to convert. You first brought it back to life. That's not too difficult. Then you converted it into a muscle cell, and then you grew that into a steak. Sounds plausible. I think they can do this even today. They don't even have to start from a dead skin cell. They can actually print the DNA from the computer, from a file. And they can put any DNA they want, human, cow, dinosaur, whatever they want, they can put into that DNA. It's just it's a computer that prints the DNA.
Mhm.
It's basically,
Science
I
fiction
think
becomes reality.
it doesn't matter. It's either today or tomorrow. This is mechanics.
Yeah, but I think it's cool. I think it's cool.
No, I don't care. No, listen, I don't care. I don't care. Look, so let's say you take this steak. Is it anti-vegan to eat this steak?
Yeah.
How?
Well,
Are you increasing animal suffering by eating this steak? At what point? Okay. At what point did it be?
Okay,
wait.
At this
No,
point,
at what?
At this point,
at
it
what?
would be for cannibalism.
But is it unethical to eat that steak? Okay, so I printed it from the computer. It's a file. I created a new animal that does not exist on this planet. It's a whatever. It's a new animal. It's a unicorn. It's a pink flying elephant that I created. Chat GPT created a new animal, created the DNA for this animal from scratch.
Mhm.
We printed it. We created a steak out of it. Is it unethical to eat it?
Is it ethical to create life?
No. What do you mean?
God,
Okay. At what point was this life? At what point do you consider this life? I'll give you the procedure. So as a file in the computer. So is Chat GPT life?
It's artificial intelligence. It's not life.
Is it okay? So it's not life. Okay, so it's not life. Okay, so I asked. Fine. I asked ChatGPT to create a new animal. Is that life? It's still in ChatGPT's imagination. Is it life?
No, it's just
fine.
It's just
I don't care. I don't care. Then I asked ChatGPT to create the DNA of such a creature. Is that life? It's just a file. To create the file of the DNA of this. Okay. Is it life?
When does it become cells?
What if it becomes what?
When does it become cells?
That's
cells
the next step.
Become tissue
so
and grow.
The next step is I ask ChatGPT, okay, or this is no longer ChatGPT. I take the file and I create the actual DNA strands. Is that life? I physically put the nucleotides. We have machines. This is old technology at this point. We can print DNA, meaning we take nucleotides. Is each nucleotide life? These are just amino acids. Is each amino acid life? These are just polymers, polyonucleotides.
Does it have a brain?
I don't know what that means. It's just
A
a strand
brain.
of it's just a strand of molecules. It's just a strand of carbon-based molecules. It's just organic. It's just an organic molecule. It's just a molecule. It's just a bunch of atoms. I
Okay,
mean,
but
it's a
you want me
nucleus.
to eat this flesh?
What?
But you want me to eat this flesh, right? You would
Yes.
as sooner or later. I would
Yes. At
still
the
not
end,
eat
it's
it.
going to become a steak. It's going to look like it's going to be indistinguishable from any other steak in the store.
Right.
So is it vegan or anti-vegan?
It's not vegan.
At what point did it become anti-vegan?
Because it's still flesh.
At what point did it become anti-vegan in the process?
It's still.
At what point did it fine? At what point did it become anti-vegan? There's a point, right? From the point that I asked
it's
hold on. From the point that I asked ChatGPT to create a new creature until the point that I served you the steak at the restaurant, there is a process. You're saying the end result is anti-vegan, but the beginning was not anti-vegan. ChatGPT, you claimed, is not life. But at the end, we have a steak. So at what point did it become anti-vegan in the process?
when it became tissue.
So when it was a single cell, was it anti-vegan to eat the single cell? The microscopic? It's not even microscopic. Yeah, it's microscopic. So was it anti-vegan to eat a microscopic single muscle cell that I printed, that a machine built for me from scratch? It's anti-vegan. I built a muscle cell from scratch.
But you plan to eat flesh.
Just to answer the question, I have a single cell that a machine built for me from literal molecules, from atoms. I have a machine that manipulates atoms. This is basically yesterday's technology already. So I put together a single muscle cell. Is it unethical, anti-vegan to eat that muscle cell?
Mm-hmm.
Yes or no?
Yeah.
It's anti-vegan to eat that muscle cell?
I mean, for a while I want to eat oysters.
Answer the question. Is it anti-vegan to eat a single muscular cell, not muscles, not muscle from the sea, not a clam, muscle, like a muscular cell? Is it anti-vegan that I printed, the machine printed it for me? Is it anti-vegan to eat a muscular cell? Why are you laughing?
I just think
What? Why are you laughing?
I'm looking at like the chat.
The chat, Vega in there. Wait, what's going on with the chat? Let's see.
That's just through the chat.
Vega, is there a way you can find our who banned you guys? Laughing my ass off, dude. No problem. You have nothing but respect. Me, Vega, and some Doug. What's going on, Doug? I'm glad to hear that, Blade. That Vega, that's not me. Honestly, I wouldn't do anything like that, even on my channel. I don't know what's going on here. Also, I don't hate Vega or Doug. Why are you laughing? There's nothing funny here. Is there something funny?
Oh, there's one that said, "I'm not gonna ass stuff, dude." So, I mean, like the depth, and then we just go around in circles again and again, and then we just like do the same over again. Yes, us. We just go around in circles, and then we just like no. It's the fault is in both of us.
Okay, let me ask you: do you feel confident in your position?
Yes, but it is kind of funny and hilarious. Like when you think about it, we kind of just going around in circles, and then we come to a point, and then we just disagree.
You want me to get to the point?
No. We get to a point, then we just disagree on that point. Then we start over again.
I'm trying to in the process from building a single cell until there's a steak. I'm trying to see where you're saying eating a steak is unethical. I'm trying to find the point at which it becomes unethical. So we're almost there.
I think
The link?
it's unethical for a vegan. Otherwise, you were never vegan.
Hold on, let me pin. I didn't pin the link. Pin. Okay, it's pinned. You have access to the pinned link. So a single cell of muscle, a microscopic single cell, is unethical to eat?
Yeah.
Okay. So, but this was
But it's
built
like
by a
a-
machine. Mm-hmm.
But it's like a small sin in like if you're vegan and I eat that.
What do you mean it's a small
Because then
sin? Is it ethical or not? What do you mean?
it's not ethical. I don't think it's ethical.
It's not okay. So just before it became a single cell, so the machine was putting it together. So just before that, just before putting the last molecule in place, was it unethical to eat this single cell?
Yeah.
It was unethical before the last molecule was put into place?
Well, if you have the intent to create flesh and eat it, it's unethical.
I'm just putting together, it's mechanically, I'm mechanically putting together the molecules and building a cell. A machine is doing this for me. Why is it unethical? Why is it unethical?
Well, for me, it's unethical to
No,
to
not
eat
for
it.
you. Not for you.
But
Is
to
it
the general
unethical?
public,
Is it unethical? Yes or no? Is it
I
unethical?
think
Is
I
it
think it is.
anti-vegan? You think it is, but
I
is
think
it?
it is.
But is it? I don't want you to think. I
Yes.
want you to you need to tell me.
I
is it?
believe it is.
No, not what you believe. I need you to tell me, is it unethical? Yes or no?
I think it is.
No.
It
What do you mean you
is.
think? You define. What do you mean you think? You have to define. There's no objective veganism. Veganism is whatever you tell me it is. You have to tell me, is it ethical or not? What do you mean you think? What do you have to?
It's not ethical because these are very hard. These are like very.
What do you mean? But it's up to you. You
great questions.
decide. It's completely up
I
to
did
you.
decide.
There's no vegan.
And then
there's no.
There's no. Try to like
no.
claw
But there's
for
no
another answer for me.
Wait a minute. But there's no vegan authority that you can go and verify with them. Was your answer correct? This is not college entrance exam that there are correct answers, and there's no correct answer. What is your answer? I need your answer. There's no correct answer.
It's unethical.
Fine.
That's what I keep saying.
Fine.
Can we move on?
No.
Yeah,
I'm trying to figure out. Wait. So when the machine took the first molecule, was that for the first molecule is just an amino acid. It's just a strand it's an organic molecule. Is it ethical to eat an organic molecule?
By accident?
No.
Or on purpose?
But when you eat a tomato is made up of organic molecules.
But that organic molecule is from like
organic molecule just means based on carbon. It's carbon-based molecules.
Oh, I see. Okay. So that's where I got stumped here. This last 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes. But the problem is
molecules make up all life on Earth. All life on Earth is built on organic chemistry.
Yeah.
Which is carbon chemistry. It's just all carbon. We're all carbon based. All plants and animals are carbon based. When you eat a tomato, the tomato becomes you. You are a tomato. There's nothing more than a tomato.
In terms of molecules, but we're talking
exactly. It's not even molecules. It's just the organic chemistry.
But before you wanted it to become a steak. So you went beyond the molecule, then we went.
Hold on. Wait, hold on. So So the machine takes organic. Okay, the machine starts from nothing, and then I give it just chemistry. I just give it carbon.
Right.
Let's say it takes the carbon from the air. In the air, you have carbon dioxide. The machine takes from the carbon dioxide, it splits it into carbon and oxygen, throws the oxygen away, doesn't need it. It takes the carbon and it puts together a molecule, an organic molecule, like what do you call it? What was I saying all the time? Nucleic acid, whatever. Some nucleic acid or whatever, some organic molecule. Right? The machine is going to start building its muscular cell, but it's going to build it from actual molecules. So as it takes the first molecule in its hand, is this first molecule, is it ethical to eat this first molecule?
Well, it's in the process
Yes, it's in the process of
of creating
becoming.
flesh.
Yes, it's in the process, but this first molecule, is it
But you had the
ethical to
intent
eat?
of creating flesh.
Yeah, the machine has the intent to create a steak, yes, but is the first molecule, can you eat the first molecule? It's just a carbon molecule. I mean, as far as
Can
you're
you
concerned,
eat
what?
a molecule?
Can you eat a molecule? Of course. I mean,
How?
pure carbon is basically wood. It's difficult to eat it. But yeah, I mean, a tomato is basically pure carbon. A tomato is basically wood. But
Okay.
yeah. So let's say it takes a tomato. Let's say we give the machine a salad. Right? The machine is going to take a salad, it's going to convert a salad into a steak. At the end of the day, that's all it's going to do.
Some pretty science fiction stuff here.
Wait, what? No, this is completely realistic. I mean, there's nothing science fiction. When a cow eats a salad and I eat the cow, now I have a machine that takes a salad and converts it directly into a steak. Instead of going through the cow, the mechanics is very simple. Turning a salad into a steak, a cow does it, so certainly a machine can do it. And this is lab grown meat. That's exactly what it is. So you're saying you would not eat lab grown meat, but lab grown meat is just a rearrangement of a salad. That's all it is. There's nothing more than that. The tomato has DNA in it. It's not like the tomato has no DNA.
Mhm.
So is it unethical to eat that steak? The machine converted the salad into a steak by rearranging the molecular connections, whatever. So is it unethical to eat that steak?
Yes.
At what point did it become unethical?
Because it became meat.
Because it became meat, yes.
It became dead living flesh.
But
That's
I mean,
flesh.
the way the machine did it, it took a tomato from the salad. It took a piece. It took just one molecule, amino acid and whatever, and it was holding it in its hand. At this point, is this molecule? It's still a tomato. Can I eat it?
Yes, you can eat the tomato.
Okay. But it's also the first molecule of the steak.
But you didn't convert the steak. I mean, you didn't convert the tomato into a steak. Oh wait, you
But
said steak.
this
steak
will
to,
become-
to tomato,
What?
right? What about
What?
steak? What about steak to tomato?
No.
The reverse, right?
No.
They
I
convert
took a
the-
tomato. No, I'm giving you this scenario. The machine took a tomato, took the first, took a molecule from the tomato and is holding it in its hand. It's about to take, many of these molecules from the tomato and convert it into a steak. You can see a tomato is red. A tomato
Yeah.
is red and a steak is red. You can already tell that they're very similar. And even, a salad and meat, they're very similar in their texture. You can tell that this thing is
Salad and the meat are not similar in their.
They're
I still remember steak in my mouth. I can't stand it.
okay, whatever. But
I mean,
the machine, it
yeah.
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The machine is taking a single cell. The machine
I
is
think
taking
you would get me if you would reverse it
no,
today from
no. The
steak
machine is
into plants. That would be more of a toss up for me.
no.
Why are we still on this? part
Because
of
what do you mean? I'm trying to pin you down. I'm trying to pin
Well,
you
you would pin me down
down.
better if you just reverse the
No.
molecule equation.
No.
Because
no.
if you had
Just answer the question. I took a molecule from the tomato, and this is going to be the first molecule of the steak. Can I eat it? Can I eat this
No.
molecule?
No.
No. I just took
No.
a molecule from the tomato. I took a molecule from the tomato. So you're saying I cannot eat a tomato? It's unethical to eat a tomato. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, but
Because-
you're saying you put the molecule to the steak.
because you're saying
You're
the
trying to eat
machine because you're saying the machine has intent to turn this tomato into a steak. So the first molecule that it took out of the tomato, that's already it's unethical to eat that first molecule because of the intent of the
Yes.
machine to turn it into a steak.
Yes.
But it's still a tomato.
Can we switch it? Can we switch it up, please?
It's a single molecule. It's a single molecule of the
Switch up the steak
tomato.
with tomato, please.
Wait, what?
Just reverse the steak into tomato. You will pin me down better.
No, I pinned you down already. We're done. I mean,
No.
you're
but-
saying that
but
it's
give me
unethical.
the other. give me the
I don't
reverse
need to.
scenario.
No, I don't need to. I don't need. We could do that some other time. I
But-
need to get back to work. No, but what you're saying is that because of the intent of the machine, which actually has no intent. I mean, the machine is this machine is a mechanical. It's completely mindless. So this machine is taking mindlessly a single molecule from the tomato. It's still a tomato, but because the machine is programmed to turn this into a steak, you're saying this is already a steak and this is already unethical to eat.
Mhm.
Okay, fine. Slave,
I
take
kinda
my
wish-
comment off. But Darkblade, Vega, why would I don't know what you're referring to. That one? How can I take off a comment? I don't know what
It's,
you mean, Darkblade. Okay, Fury notes. I mean, there's nothing I can do. I mean, it's you want to say that 1 + 1 = 17.5. There's nothing I can say to convince you otherwise. You're saying that because of the intent of the machine to turn the tomato into a steak, so the tomato. Wait, can I eat a tomato?
Yes, but if you convert the steak into
No,
tomato,
no, but the tomato is about to be converted into a steak. Can I eat a tomato?
Mr. Slade, I don't understand why you want to reverse that. I think you would pin me down
No,
better,
because
though.
we have to. We've been talking too long. I need to get back to work.
Okay, well, thank you for talking to me, Mr. Slade. You're very
No, you
very
can
generous.
you can stay. I'm just gonna work in the background.
I mean, I don't. I want to be able to do other things too.
Oh, okay. I was
But
gonna listen.
I will come back to your channel though.
Yeah, that'd be fantastic.
But I won't come back to Greg's channel.
It's
on top of
okay. I mean, whatever. It's however you feel. I understand.
Well,
I mean,
I mean, if
I
you,
understand. I understand that you're upset.
I'm upset about Greg. I'm not upset with you.
I understand.
Uh,
It's cool. I mean, usually, like when I'm upset, it goes away after a while. So at the end of the day, I mean, hopefully in time, Greg will be less of a meanie.
Well, Greg one day might get a taste of his own medicine, and then because basically he's just being hypocritical. I don't like him being
Yeah.
transphobic either.
It's.
I mean, did
it's.
you notice that?
I don't know. I mean, honestly, I don't know. But it doesn't matter. I mean, he is young, and
He's 27 years old. He's not much younger than I am.
Yeah, but I think
He's only
you're
1
like,
year younger than Nasser Eridan, and she's smarter than him.
yeah, it's not. We don't all have the same IQ. I mean, I think you're like very smart. I don't think Greg is like he's very social. He's like
Oh, it's certainly very
very.
social. That's how he gets laid a lot.
It's how he gets slaves a lot.
No, laid a lot.
Laid a lot. Yeah, he's very social. Wait, slave, put my comment UO. I don't know what that means. Yeah, I mean, it's one thing.
Maybe.
Comment what? What does it mean? Off?
I think, yeah, maybe. Yeah, I think he wants to put your comment out because it says it's just sticking here.
I don't know what's going on.
Oh, yeah, Playboy Chris. Oh, that's picture.
Playboy Chris, yeah.
Of what's her name?
I don't know what's going on. Anyway, look.
All right, I'll leave you be, but I will return. It's great chatting with you. I will chat with you again.
Excellent.
Although I do think if you reversed it, you would have got me, probably.
Maybe next time.
We'll take
we'll
tomato
give it
and
a shot.
steak.
Okay.
Because
so
I know we are both stubborn. In that sense, yeah.
Okay.
All right, then I'll leave you be, but thanks again.
Thank you so much for being here. It was fantastic.
I'll come again. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you. See you. Okay, guys. So we're gonna go back to listening to Dr. Walid Saba, Why Machines Will Never Rule the World, Unplugged. This is from just a month ago. Any comments? We should never forget humility while doing even the most complex tasks. I don't know what that means. Okay, let's continue listening.
Probably it was so predictable. What was, I mean, probably the first one that broke that predictive model.
Well, I just remember, I remember Tim and I being like super, because we didn't know you, right, before then. And I remember us being like so excited that you agreed to come on the show. Of course, now that we know you, we're kind of like, whatever, it's just Walid. But
yeah,
like,
which is true, by the way.
We were falling all over ourselves that you were coming on the show. We're like, oh my God, this is so awesome.
To be honest with you, I never thought I would I never thought I would have, my opinion would matter that much, to be honest with you. And it all started by creating this Medium blog, and I started spitting out stuff that, hey, do you guys know that there's this and this and that? And I was surprised how much it, even by people that are living off and making a living, and they preach and write papers on what I'm attacking, and they would say, don't mention my name, by the way, it's all private messages.
That's incredible.
Apparently I said a couple of things that touched people.
That's incredible. People asking not to be mentioned by name. Unbelievable. People are so terrified. And this is scientists. Unbelievable.
But,
Yeah.
Yeah. I was at Neurips last week, and the amount of people that came up to me and said, I love the show, Tim. Walid's my favorite guest that you've had on. Because Walid just provides a completely different perspective.
Right.
because we're bred on empiricism and neural networks. And
Yeah.
part of the reason I want to get you back on, Walid, is to counter.
Wait, Playboy Chris, I did. I never received anything from you. I found you and I sent you a request. Home messages. Playboy Chris, I sent you hi. It says not everyone can message. I don't know what this says. Not everyone can message. I don't know what it says here. I am mrslave41 on Instagram. Is there a way I can share this maybe? Yeah. Here's my link. Here's me on Instagram. Where are you? I'm here. Here's me. Here's my link on Instagram. So find me and send me a link and send me a message. Agaris Valefar, Mr. Slave. I am demons. Agaris Valefar, and you are invited to Hormaxer stream tonight. Your opinion would be. I'm streaming with Karen tonight. Agaris Valefar. Thank you for the invite. I'm streaming at 9 p.m. with Karen, but send me. Can you shoot me something? I'll give you my email, but you can go to my Instagram. But wait, are you working hard on my website? Oh my god, I need to start working on my owner's website. I'll start now. My perfect little angel. I love her so much. I love you so much. Many, many, many emojis, especially the princess emojis. Okay, guys, we have to start working on Goddess Lily's website. Okay, what's this? Me? Let me give you my email. My email is something soon. Here's my email. So send me something. Send me a link. Hormax's stream. What is the name of Hormax's stream? Because I subscribe to what Karen told me. So if that's the same one, then wait. Sorry, guys. After Karen's stream, we can do it, or I will contact you on Instagram. Okay. Chris Playboy, I just requested a friend request. Let me go see. Home. Messages. I don't see anything. I don't see anything. I didn't get a message. So I don't know what to tell you. So, and then Agaris said, changing. There's no friend request on Instagram. Maybe you were talking about Facebook? On Instagram, there is a follow request. So maybe you're talking about my Facebook. Changing the conversation, why you want biological enhancement by non-biological means. What do you mean? Why not have biological enhancement through biological means? I don't know. I have no idea what you're referring to. I will be contacting you on Instagram anyway. Okay, fantastic. Playboy Chris, really? Yeah, nothing. I checked again and again. I got nothing from you. Man says, you won't take Mr. Slave from us. No, I'm not going anywhere. Mr. Slave, don't do it. Don't do what? Follow my bad. Oh, okay. Yeah, but I don't see a follow request. So I don't know what to tell you. Like, I go to messages, notifications, follow request. There's nothing from Playboy Chris. So I don't know what to tell you. I don't know. I'm sorry. Okay, let me start working on my goddess's new website. So let's create a new website. So let's go to, I think the best thing is Google websites. So Google websites. All right. So free website builder. That's Squarespace. That's not it. Sites Google Sites. Sign in. I guess I'm signed in. So blank portfolio event help center project. I think portfolio is portfolio. What is a portfolio? Help center project? I think portfolio. Hi, I'm name a role from location. All right. So I am Goddess Lily. What is she? Is she a female dominatrix? Femdom? A dom? A goddess. She's a goddess. I'm Goddess Lily. I guess a dominatrix from New York City. What just happened? Oh, she sent me a good boy. I love getting good boys from her. Thank you. My perfectly beautiful goddess. With many emojis. Thank you, my perfectly beautiful goddess. There you go. All right, so hi, I'm Goddess Lily. I don't think we need the hi. I'm Goddess Lily, a dominatrix I'd say not from, but in a leading dominatrix. All right, good enough. And that's her picture. Obviously not. All right, I think we're ready. Your name. Oh, the name here. Add logo. The logo. What's going to be the logo? Brand upload. I'm just going to use, this is the logo. Brand image, navigation. So, I guess that's it. It saves automatically. Oh, upload, I guess. Wait, what? What was that? Fav icon, alt text, Goddess Lily. I guess it's automatically saved. Your name, Goddess. home, about. All right, and project page. Fantastic. So, okay, so about, lead with an impactful statement, clients, work experience. Okay, wait, what's going on here? Only one watching? This is not interesting to you guys? It's Christianda Cruz. How was I supposed to know? Christianda. Oh, okay. Gotcha. All right. So you're saying that my message to Playboy Chris was incorrect. All right. How do I disengage? Am I following this guy? I don't even know if I'm following him. Let's block him. I guess. I don't know. And delete the chat, I guess. Okay. All right. So, all right. So, man says, dude is trying to have a conversation about AI and he can't even write a website from scratch. All right. Yeah, exactly. How do you do that? Yeah, I don't know how to write a website from scratch. Biological enhancement by biological means is using bioorganism to reach new highs in the human body, like Captain America. He did a bio upgrade without using mechanical parts. I don't know what you mean. I go under my real name. Okay. So Agaris Valiafar says biological enhancement through non-biological means is using of mechanical parts. I don't know what you mean. What are you talking about? Greg is live. Really? Greg is live? Agaris Valifar, one is all you need. One what? And play LOL, you followed a random. Yeah, total random. Wait, so if Greg is live, then I'll stop. Because everyone. Wait, there's 3 people now? Let me go see. Well, let's first publish Goddess Lily website. Request public search engines to not display. Publish. So we start. The SEO starts working in our favor. Okay, that's a good beginning. Let's go visit, publish, review, view published site. Let's see it. This is the site. So home. This is about. This is the project page. Home. So we can send this to Goddess Lily already. So copy. Run. WhatsApp. This is going to take a while. WhatsApp takes a long time until it comes up. Let's see what's going on here. Let's go see if Greg is live. I don't see Greg is live. Greg. Greg. What's his name? Greg Lurik. Greg Lurik. Oh, he is live. 9 watching. Wait, what just happened? Yo. going to stop my stream. Yeah, people think that we're banning. No one is banning anyone. I can't simplify it, but there is a difference between biological. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm sorry. Let me go see. Yeah, it's up. So Mistress Lily's new site. Paste. This is just the very beginning. What am I spelling incorrectly? Double N? Beginning. Smiley. Okay, it's a platform to start working on. Okay, I'm gonna let Greg take over. I've been live for 3 hours, that's enough. And I'll be back at 9 p.m. I'll stream with Karen at 9. We're gonna have an interesting show. You have a fascination for neural network. I don't have a fascination. It's just a practical tool. Evolution likes it. Evolution seems to have a fascination with neural networks. Anyway, I'm going to sign off. So thank you everyone for being part of this live stream. This is Mr. Slave signing off. Have a great rest of your 1.5 hours. See you at 9. Bye bye.